What if we helped people who help people? Speak for MC provides training, motivational talks, personal reflections on parenting, resilience, and working through adversity. Welcome to Speak for Maggie's Change. Hit that subscribe button. What's going on, people? Are we live? Are you joining me for lunch? It's a question. My bad. Technology is fun, but that's why the stream was scheduled for 12:05, and instead I started at 12:02 to work through this journey together. How are y'all doing? First and foremost, it's Wednesday. It's lunchtime. I have some veggie straws with me. So my plan originally was to eat lunch with you, but then I realized that for someone scrolling or just all of a sudden catching a glimpse of the video and like me mid-sandwich, just mouth open on the camera, I'm not sure how professional that would be or how much that fits into the motivating change theme. Instead, I think that would fit into the motivating you to leave or take a screenshot to use against me later. So people, I'm going to give individuals a couple moments here to log on. I'm going to be handing out some free books. I have some breaking news. There is a reason that I'm in a blue shirt and there is a blue background. But real quick, if you are with me right now, I need you to go into the comments and tell me what you're eating. Tell me what you have for lunch. I got veggie straws. Again, the reason I'm eating veggie straws is because you screenshotting my live stream with a sandwich in my mouth is probably not the best plan of action, right? So I have a sandwich waiting for me, but I'm not eating that right now. So veggie straws for me. We are together at lunchtime. I got some breaking news. I got some amazing things coming up, some really cool opportunities coming up, but I want to hear from you. Go in the comments for me. Let me know what you're eating for lunch. Let me know where you're at. And the other thing I'm doing this time around is I have just received about 100 copies of C.A.P.E. Conversations. Just got them in the mail. And I received about 150 copies of C.A.P.E. Conversations, a roadmap to communicating with the child welfare system. So what I'm going to do is whoever comments and shares this stream on their page, I'm going to enter you into a drawing in real time to send you an autographed copy of both books. I'm going to give out 10 of these, an autographed copy of both books. If you leave a comment and you share the live stream to your page. So go ahead and put a comment in right now. Let me see who is with me. I'm going to eat one more veggie straw, and then I'm going to give you some of this breaking news. Tell me what you are eating for lunch. Look, we're halfway through the week. There's a couple days left, and the only way you can get through that is with a little positivity and lunch, hopefully. Now, if you're in the helping profession, I understand that lunchtime might not be a real thing. Your lunch is in the car on the way to go help somebody. But, you know, I still appreciate you. There he is. What's up, BJ? Cheerios. Hold on. Let me put this. Look at this. Look at this. Cheerios leftovers from my kid dad life. That's how you do it. So your child had the Cheerios and you decided, you know what? I'm going to finish this off and, you know, maybe realize what it's like to live like a kid again and just have Cheerios for lunch. Good for you, BJ. Good for you. Is there anything on the Cheerios or in the Cheerios, or you're just, you know, sitting on the couch just with the box in your hand and just going after it? Is that the plan there for lunch? You know, no judgment. I ate some what's the cinnamon twist cereal the other day. Didn't tell my wife or the kids. Just got after it, and they asked, "Wow, we're running out already." I said, "I don't know. I don't know what happened. We might need to look into that." So appreciate your comment, BJ. For those also who are logging in, those who comment and share this stream to your page, I'm going to enter you into a drawing to give you an autographed copy of both my books. I'm going to mail these personally to you, an autographed copy. I'm going to give out 10 of those. And, just as my way of giving back and bringing a little positivity. This stream was not originally scheduled, but I started it for a very important reason. And then BJ said, plain and dry, she was done handing them over. I just wrapped up giving the training and thought, okay, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you jumping on real quick. The reason I'm doing this live stream all of a sudden is because actually 2 reasons. One, I was scrolling through social media and then I turned on the TV and there is so much negativity these days. Or at least it appears like there's so much negativity going around. So I was like, please, you know what? Let me do something to counter this and kind of provide an alternative, if not just doing it for lunch. The other reason I did this is when I used to run my program, we used to do these lunch meetings together, have some coffee, have some food, kind of just talk. And it was a real cool thing to do that with other people. So I wanted to do that as well. But the main thing is to bring some positivity. And that's why you see my background is all in blue. I got a shirt that's in blue. The banner is in blue. I'm learning psychology that blue has a calming effect on people. So if you're going through something in your day or your week, or you did what I did and just started scrolling on social media and your whole feed is filled with nonsense of negativity, I want to let you know that there is a lot of positivity out there. There's a lot of amazing people that dedicate themselves to helping others and it can make a difference. And you are one of those people if you ended up on this live stream, because that means we connected one way or another because of your impact on others. Control that. That is your legacy. The way you respond to people, the way you treat people, the impact you have on others, that is what is real life. Not that thing that's scrolling or when you turn on the TV for a couple minutes. Let's put that aside for now. But what I want to do is let me share some breaking news with you that I have going on. This is super, super exciting. Before I do that, if you comment and you share this live stream, let's say before 5 p.m. Eastern, I am going to do a drawing where I'll send 2 autographed copies of my book, or my 2 books, both autographed to you. I'll do a drawing and send those personalized books to you. C.A.P.E. Conversations, a roadmap to communicating with a child welfare system. And then C.A.P.E. Conversations, how superheroes communicate with children, inspired by my tiny superhero. And yes, that's me on the cover. And yes, I am that tall. All right. So let's talk about it. Okay, so very first announcement. I have been selected, and let me pull this up on my screen. I have been selected to be the opening speaker at the Workforce Professional Development Summit. Yes, I am the opening speaker. A little background on this particular summit. My very first time ever speaking at a conference and ever speaking at a conference workshop was just 5 minutes during a presentation at one of the workforce summits. And this was, I think, like 10, 11 years ago. And what happened is they wanted to add just a little blurb about motivational interviewing for workforce. And they said, hey, we don't have a lot of time for you, Curtis. Just 5 minutes, give a quick overview and keep it moving. But if you know anything about me, that's not going to be good enough. I'm going to have to go all out. So I took every second of that 5 minutes and did the best I could. I remember I was practicing for this 5 minutes in one of the restrooms at the summit. Like I was like Eminem at 8 Mile, like rehearsing in the mirror. I went in there, I did my 5 minutes, And in mid-workshop, we got a standing ovation. And it was just this incredible experience. Like, hey, okay, I can do this. We can make this happen. And that one workshop at a conference then went to another conference I did in Maryland, and then another one, and then another one. And then they were like, hey, can you come speak to this other workforce center? And everything kind of just started snowballing in a positive direction. So this is my first lesson for you. If you're a startup, if you're a new business, if you're a new speaker, if you have a new project or goal, treat the small moments like they're the biggest moments. So if you had an opportunity to do that really big thing, that your dream, whatever that is, you had this opportunity to get that stage that you just are working so hard for, treat the smallest moment of maybe talking to 5, 10, 15 people, treat that like that's the biggest stage that you're ultimately going to get. Because that's the type of energy that'll get you there, those small wins. And they will snowball in a positive direction. The only thing that's guaranteed when you're working towards your dreams or you're working towards your goals is that if you quit, you will not reach them. It's a fact. If you keep going, you will. It's a fact. That's just how it works, right? So I say all that to say is circling back and being nominated and then being selected to be the opening speaker at this summit is just such a cool full circle moment for me, especially because I've been trying to get back, but it just wasn't, the timing wasn't right. And now not only am I back, but I'm back as the opening speaker. So, I mean, you got to keep pushing forward, follow your dreams. Again, the only way you don't reach it is if you quit. And then look like we got Career Source Suncoast joining me for lunch. I appreciate y'all with the LOL. I just did a keynote with Career Source Suncoast at their State of Talent event yesterday, and it was live streamed, and it was freaking awesome. So cool. They treated that thing like the Ritz-Carlton experience. Just a room full of people that they gave me energy. They interacted. It was really cool too, because I think I started my presentation at like 11:20, 11:30. Everybody's stomachs are just rumbling. My stomach is rumbling. But despite that, they were locked in. And that they actually have, they recorded the entire thing, and the full stream is going to be on their website in a couple of weeks as well. So you're going to be able to see it for yourself. If you're just joining me, if you comment and then share to your page, then I am going to enter you into a drawing to get C.A.P.E Conversations, How Superheroes Communicate with Children, and C.A.P.E Conversations, a roadmap to communicating with the child welfare system. I'm going to sign both of these books and then mail them to you. So that means that I am personally going to go to UPS, stand in the line, do the thing where they type in the addresses, pay for it. I'm trying to make a little effort to be a little more personalized, as opposed to just sending it to you from Amazon. Also, we're having lunch together. So whatever you're eating, let me know if you're eating. BJ, he was eating cereal. Me, I'm eating veggie straws, So that's exciting. See what I'm saying? This is part of the reason that I didn't want to actually eat my sandwich. Because you see what just happened there? I was talking, chewing. And that's probably not a good look for a live stream, when you have your mouth wide open. Okay, so I was selected for the opening session for the Workforce Summit coming in Orlando. And let me give you the dates here, September 8th through the 10th. All types of workshops, different keynote speakers, networking opportunities. And boy, do they put on a solid conference. I mean, this summit, they know how to do it. They know how to get down. So if you are a workforce professional, this is something for you. And I am bringing my A game for this opening session. There's just, I don't know how else to say it. For this thing to come full circle and this be the summit that I spoke to the very first time when I started speaking, to now being able to be the opening session speaker, I'm bringing things that are special. I'm going to try some things, and we're going to get interested. It's going to get interesting. What's up, Jeremy? How you doing, sir? Jeremy Davis is eating cashews for lunch. Okay. See, this is what I mean. This is what people don't understand about helping professions. Your lunchtime is really just a snack time, or you're going like to the gas station and grab something real quick. It's very rare that you can just sit down and have a meal when you're in a helping profession. And I can't tell you how many people there are who just dedicate themselves to helping others. That's what they do. So again, the reason I'm doing this live stream with you right now, and I have all this blue background, is because all that negativity is for the birds. I'm telling you, it's too much. Social media, cut it out, right? Let's balance it out and let's add some positivity, because there's a lot out there. Every day I go meet professionals that all they do is wake up in the morning to go help others in need, right? Whether it's young people, human trafficking victims, foster care, dislocated workers, you name it. People are out there who just want to help people, and they don't do it for the money. I can promise you that. That is not the thing that they do it for. And I appreciate you, Jeremy. Yeah, man, thank you for joining me for a little bit. Yeah, I bet. Anything else besides the cashews, Jeremy, or that's all you're rolling with? You know, no judgment. I know everybody's busy. So yes, that was the first big announcement, is that I am speaking as the opening speaker at the Workforce Professional Development Summit in October. I want you to be, or excuse me, in September 8th through the 10th. I want you to be there. Join me. I'm going to be doing a opening session that you have never heard before. And then I also am going to stick around and do a workshop. So if you want a chance to connect, we can connect, share ideas. This is not the first time I'm going to mention this, but I just got the email today that it's official. And that's a cool email to get, by the way. And just to recap, I want to tell you one more time, this started with 10 years ago. They just gave me 5 minutes to speak. And I treated that 5 minutes like it was the biggest moment of my life, so that I would put everything that those 5 minutes deserved. And I ended up getting a standing ovation. And now 10 years later, I am the opening session at this same event. So I am going to be aiming for an opening, or excuse me, I'm going to be aiming for a standing ovation as well. What's up, Jeremy? Yep, at the airport grabbing a snack. I'm with you, man. That's another thing about being in the helping profession. There's a lot of people that need help, so you find yourself traveling all of the time. Where are you traveling to, Jeremy? Just let me know. Where are you headed to? Where are you going? Who are you helping? Again, I appreciate you being with me, especially these days being at an airport. Things are a little hectic, to say the least. So being in a hectic situation and you're still taking a moment to hang out with me, I appreciate that. So that's the first big announcement. Allow me to tell you the second. Check this out. The Safe Children Coalition Conference in October. And let me get hold on. All right. Ooh, see, I wasn't supposed to show you that yet. So hold on, let me fix this. All right. Jeremy, you're going to South Carolina? What do you got going on in South Carolina, Jeremy? Ooh, technical difficulties. Hold on here. Let's get there. All right. Let's share that screen. All right. Second big announcement. I am presenting at the Safe Children Coalition Conference in October 9th and 10th. And I am also going to be the closing speaker for the entire team of 200 people. And if you know anything about me or anything about my background, being able to speak to the Florida Department of Children and Families team members, individuals in the foster care system and the adoption system, individuals that work in child welfare, this is going to be a huge, huge event. So I have some big details coming up on this one. But before I do that, I keep getting a knock on the door. So give me one. All right, we're back. Ooh, when you talk about being live, these are some of the technical difficulties that we are going to work through. And I appreciate the fact that there were 3 people who I cannot see that stayed on that whole time during me trying to work out those technical difficulties. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much. I appreciate you sticking around, whoever you are. What's up, Jeremy? Jeremy, yes, sir. You were doing some leadership training in the field, man. That's important stuff. I appreciate you, Jeremy. So let's get back to the breaking news. I am, before I got rudely interrupted by technology, I have been selected to speak at the Save Children Coalition Conference, October 9th and 10th. I will be doing 2 workshops, one on empathy and then one on C.A.P.E conversations. I will be speaking to child welfare professionals in the foster care system, in adoption work, individuals from the Florida Department of Children and Families, essentially anyone in the state of Florida that is involved with helping young people. I will have the opportunity to speak with them. And then after I do those 2 sessions, I will then be the closing speaker for 200 plus team members that work in this field. And to be selected for this event is it's personal and it's professional, because as you know, my wife and I went through the foster care system, and fortunately, and we're so blessed, we got our 2 amazing kids, our little boy and our little girl, through the system. And in that process, we learned a lot. We learned about communication, patience, some of the logistics of navigating this type of system in this field. And I look forward to sharing those insights so that I can help others who are either in the field or who are considering going into the field. So to be selected for the Safe Children Coalition Conference in October, I hope I see you there. Make sure you go, because I always say I have something special in store. I got something really is special in store for this one. So that's the other big news. I'm telling you, we just got a lot of good things happening right now. Now, I want to revisit why you see blue on your background. If you're just now logging on, I see we got 12:27, so people are now just getting into their lunch. I have a blue bar at the top. I got a blue long sleeve, I guess you could say, sweatshirt on. And by the way, if you're thinking, hey, you live in Florida and it's like 900 degrees outside right now, why are you wearing a sweatshirt? I had this whole blue theme today, and this was the only thing I could find real quick that was blue. But the reason I have all this blue on is I'm trying to have a positive impact on your mood, just in case you need it in the middle of the week. One, you're in a helping profession, and there are some days and a lot of days that are really hard. So I wanted to counter that. And then two, there's a lot of nonsense or negativity on social media these days and on media in general. And if I could do something to kind of counter that for a moment, that's what I wanted to be here. And if you join a live stream, you never know what's going to happen. If you were here a little earlier, you saw my camera get big, my camera get small, my camera leave, things disconnect because my whole thing was messing up. But you know what? You're still here with me, and I appreciate you for that. All right, let's keep the news going. As a reminder, if you comment during this live stream, and I'll actually give you till 5 o'clock to do this, I am going to do a drawing where I'm going to personally send you C.A.P.E Conversations, a roadmap to communicating with the child welfare system, and C.A.P.E Conversations, how superheroes communicate with children. Both of my books, I'm going to autograph them and send them your way. I'm going to hand out 10 of these. I'm going to give out 10 of these. If you comment on the live stream, I'm going to put you in a drawing and send you a personalized note in your book, right? You can tell me who you want me to address it to. Is there someone that you know that could benefit from one of these books? Or is there someone you know that, has a birthday coming up? I can write happy birthday in it if you like. So let's get to some more big news. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what we have here. Oh, before we get to the rest of the big news, I want to give one quick shout out and reminder. The 2025 National Wrap Around the World Conference is happening in 13 days. 13 days. And when you talk about a really, really cool conference, this is a conference that's just full of people that want to help. Just people that want to help others. So I am going to be doing the opening session for this one. We got the keynote speaker is Derek. I heard a lot of amazing things about him, so I can't wait to see his session. And then I got my session. Lead with the C.A.P.E, Resilient Leadership for Everyday Heroes. That is an old picture of me, but you know what? We'll keep it going. I just hope I don't wear that same shirt. I did that before where I wore the same shirt that they used in the picture to advertise, and it looks like I don't have a wide array of button downs. So, but this is going to be a phenomenal conference. The people that are in this conference are some of the kindest and inspirational people you will meet. It's just, again, you get into this field to truly just help people, right? You might see a lot of stuff on TV or social media or whatever of people that want to hurt others or put negativity out there. There are so many people that want to help others, and going to conferences like this reminds you of that. So if you are on this side of the world, if you are in Florida, if you're going to come, I can't wait to meet you and connect with you. It's going to be a good time. And I'm also doing a workshop for that one on AI with youth. So how artificial intelligence can help you navigate some of the difficulties that come with, I guess, some of the bureaucratic stuff and some of the administrative work that comes with working in a helping profession. So that's going to be a cool one, because that whole workshop is going to be about just live sessions. It's going to be you me, and ChatGPT all together in real time. So we're gonna see what happens. Ventura, I appreciate you, Ventura. Thank you for commenting and saying that. You do great work as well, Ventura. Ventura, where are you these days? Who are you helping these days, Ventura? Talk to me. Let me know in the comments what they have you doing, who they have you helping these days. And speaking of Ventura, who is commenting on our YouTube channel, I want to share with you a couple cool things we have coming up on our YouTube channel. First and foremost, we have, and let me here we go. Check this out. So I was making a video, and at the end of this live stream, there's going to be the video that I recently made about improving some of the policies or procedures in the foster care system. And while doing that, I kind of thought about, well, how do we communicate with others in the system? Because we were at a grocery store, my wife and I, and we had our kids, and the lady at the grocery store goes, "Are those yours?" Can you believe that? And she did this because she noticed that we were using some of the wicks for the food. I hope I'm saying that appropriately. But she saw by how we were paying for some of the stuff that we might be involved with the foster care system. So then she goes, "Are those your kids?" And I'm like, "What do you? Who?" In what world is communicating like that, especially to people you don't know, like the thing to do? Like, you know, so it inspired me to make a video on some ways to reframe your language so that we're communicating in a way that encourages engagement in foster care, encourages adoption, as opposed to frames it like it's just this thing that, wow, I can't believe you're doing that, you know, because that's not helpful for the conversation at all. But while I was making this video, I was like, hey, I got to actually have a call to action and do something about it. So I created this event that's going to be on July 25th, and we're going to have a fireside chat on foster care. I'm going to share a little bit about our experience with the system. I'm going to answer questions about our experience. I've already got a lot of really great questions that came to me that people want answered. And what's happening is when you register, you'll get a chance to put in your questions. Some of the questions I got are pretty deep and very, very nuanced. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a live stream, real talk from real parents and individuals in the system, and answer some questions so that we can educate and raise awareness about what it means to be involved in either the foster or the adoption system. That's going to be live on the C.A.P.E Conversations channel. So I encourage you to go there, register, submit your questions, and we'll make sure to have a really good conversation. And it looks like Ventura is in Healthy Families Manatee. And I feel like I do a shout out to Healthy Families all the time, but the work they do for Florida families in need is incredible. And here's let's say Healthy Families Florida. Let me just shout them out real quick. I mean, so when you talk about caring and supporting the prenatal process, and then helping mothers raise awareness about parenting, especially early on, just some of those best practices to keep children safe. The work that they do is just truly incredible. And then they also branched off into some team dad work where they're focusing on fathers as well. And it's again, when you talk about Healthy Families and all of these organizations, if you want to know that there's more good than bad, then go meet some of these people. Go talk to them. Ask them why they chose this field. Ask them about their success stories. See the good work that they're doing. It will balance out some of that negativity and some of that other stuff that you see. There are so many organizations and helping organizations in Florida and across the country that dedicate themselves. There is more positivity than negativity. I assure you of that. And absolutely, Ventura, I appreciate you. You're thanking me. I'm thanking you for the work that you do. So those were our announcements. And let me get my blue background back. Those were our announcements for lunch. I have a sandwich waiting for me. I hope that some of you have a chance to eat something as well. Just a recap, when I'm asking people what they ate for lunch today, we had cashews, Cheerios. I got veggie straws. Ventura, if you're still with us, what are you eating for lunch today? What do you got? What do you got going on, Miss Ventura? And while Miss Ventura does that, let me do a little recap of what we talked about. The Workforce Summit in Orlando in September. Yours truly was selected as the opening speaker. Let's go. And then in October, for the Child Care Conference, yours truly was selected for 2 workshops and a closing session. And you know what? Big things are happening. Big things are happening. And again, it's just it's more proof that if you have dreams, if you have big goals, if you have big aspirations to help others, the only way that doesn't happen is if you quit. I mean, and this isn't a motivational speech, it's reality. If you keep going and you put energy and effort into the things you believe in, it will produce positive impact and it will produce results. If you quit, it won't. That's just, I don't think you need a book to tell you that. That's just the reality of it. So whatever that thing is that gets you excited, whatever that thing is that gets you happy to go to work in the morning, go do more of that thing. And talking about the Workforce Summit in Orlando again, that started with just a 5-minute opportunity. There was a workshop that was an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. They gave me 5 minutes to speak. And I treated that 5 minutes like it was the biggest moment of my life. So I could give everything I can into it. And that one led to another opportunity, which led to another opportunity. And fast forward 10 years later, now I'm the opening speaker for that summit. These things take time, but if you treat the small moments like they're the big moments, eventually those big moments will come. So go find those big moments and the things that get you the most excited. And it will happen. The only way it doesn't happen is if you quit. That's just what it is. And I appreciate you, Ventura. Thank you for saying congratulations. I got a really good feeling that there's some books in your future, Ventura. There are some books coming your way. So people, that's all I got. Again, I wanted to balance out some of the negativity with a blue background, a blue sweatshirt, even though I'm in Florida. I wanted to tell you about some breaking news that I have coming up. I wanted to have some lunch with you. I wanted to talk to some of my commenters, and I appreciate you joining and commenting with me. And look, if you were part of this process the whole time, you got to see some technical difficulties too. You saw my camera get really big. My face was there. Who knows what was going on there, right? But we got through it together, and we're live, and that's just how it works. So before I wrap up, I want to give some people just now logging on a chance. Get in the comments, tell me what you are eating for lunch, and you are going to be entered into a drawing to get a signed book, C.A.P.E. Conversations, How Superheroes Communicate with Children, and C.A.P.E. Conversations, a roadmap to the child welfare system. I'm going to sign both of these and mail them. So again, that means I'm going to UPS. They usually have one cash register person. I'm going to go to UPS, and usually when I go, there ends up being the person right in front of me who's mailing out 35 things in 35 separate envelopes to 35 separate addresses, and they just can't seem to find the addresses. So then they're calling somebody on the phone, what were the addresses? So I'll say all that to say is, going on, I'm trying to make some effort to be a little more personalized with my giveaways as opposed to just sending it to you from Amazon. And I saw a couple people just logged on. I appreciate you. As a recap, opening session speaker for the Workforce Summit in Orlando in September. And then I'm doing 2 sessions and a closing session for 200 plus child welfare professionals in October. And we have a Fireside chat happening at the end of July. And then also, oh, how could I forget? If there are any SETA members, anybody that's in SETA or anybody that's considering joining SETA, I am doing a free motivational interviewing webinar live stream just for you. Why? Because, you know, I want to help people to help people, right? So check all of that out. Again, I appreciate you joining me. Everyone that left a comment, hit that like button. You have until 5 o'clock Eastern time to still put a comment in there or reshare this stream, and I will enter you into a drawing in order to get 2 copies of my book, 2 personalized copies. And just for transparency, just for transparency, this is how I'm going to do it. So let me show you real quick. This is how I'm going to do it. Look at me and my little girl. Some of my favorite pictures. Boy, do I got some stories to tell. It's going to be good. But everyone who left a comment or shared this live stream, I'm going to give you till 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to put your name in this wheel. I'm going to spin it, and I'm handing out 10 copies of C.A.P.E. Conversations, How to Communicate with the Child Welfare System, and C.A.P.E. Conversation, How Superheroes Communicate with Children. And matter of fact, let me go ahead and just put some names in here. Ventura, you know you got to be in here. Jeremy, you know you got to be in here. Jay, got to be in here. And then, oops. Career source. Some close. So we're gonna do that drawing after 5 p.m. today. I will personalize mail those books to you. I appreciate you for joining me for lunch, joining me through these technical difficulties, joining me and my blue background. And I hope that this blue background had somewhat of a calming effect on you. Again, the impact you have on others is not determined by a social media algorithm. It is not determined by the channel that you put on TV. It's determined by the impact you have on others and the control over your own choices. Legacy is about how do you make other people feel? How often are you willing to prioritize others above yourself? The majority of people I interact with, I see every day that y'all do that. Keep doing that. And then keep following those really big ideas that you have, because eventually it's going to happen. It just is. Unless you quit, then it won't. So don't quit. All right, people. I'm good. I just talked for 43 minutes with no script. Just you, just me. And I enjoyed it. You have until 5 p.m. Eastern today to leave a comment to be entered into the drawing to get a signed copy of both my books. And remember, there's more good than bad. And if you don't believe me, just look around. Just look around. Look at your colleagues. Look at the other organizations that just help others every day. So I appreciate you. The world appreciates you. And keep doing what you're doing. And we'll have lunch soon. Peace. Narratives that need to be squashed in the foster care system. How could someone give up on that baby? Let's talk about Tez Johnson, wide receiver just drafted by the Buccaneers in the most recent NFL draft. His mom didn't give up on him when she said that he needed to go live with his high school coach's family.
Walked into the house and I was like, okay, I'm not leaving. They was eating at the dinner table. I was like, wow, they have something I'm missing right now.
His mom was setting him up for success because she believed her current situation was not the best for her child. That's not abandonment, that's sacrifice. That's prioritizing what a child needs over what you might want. Look, I am in no way trying to romanticize children being removed from their biological family. When it happens, it's sometimes occurring in the most dire circumstances, truly heartbreaking stories. All I'm asking you to do is maybe reframe your language. Instead of, how could she give up a baby? Maybe ask them, what made you step up for a child in need? And while we're on that note, adoption is not giving up. it's stepping up. So if you have an opinion that someone who settles for adoption is doing so because they can't have kids of their own,
you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
wrong, wrong, wrong. Guess what? These are our kids. Period. So what's the solution? We need community-facing foster care town halls, not just recruitment sessions, but true fireside-style forums to raise awareness. Let's invite residents, churches, nonprofits, businesses, not just to become foster parents, but to understand the urgency, reduce the length of stay, and shift how our communities perceive foster care. When people are informed, they're activated. It takes all of us to change the narrative. Let's communicate in a way that makes it a helpful one. In short, let's have C.A.P.E conversations.